What if humanity's origin story isn't what we were told? What if a missing book, once part of sacred scripture, was deliberately erased because it revealed too much? For centuries, people believed the Bible contained the complete story, but hidden in ancient scrolls lies a text so powerful it was buried, condemned, and nearly forgotten. The Book of Enoch, revered by prophets, cited by early Christians, then suddenly banned. Why? Because it spoke of the Watchers, celestial beings who descended to earth and shared knowledge humanity was never meant to have, knowledge that ignited our evolution and our downfall. What did they teach us? Why was it forbidden? And who decided we weren't ready to know? This isn't just another ancient myth. It's the missing piece of humanity's story, one that could change how you see everything: religion, creation, and even your own soul. Stay until the end, because once you hear what Enoch saw, you'll understand why they tried so hard to silence him. Imagine a world where spiritual truths were held in the hands of a select few, where the essence of divine connection was tightly controlled by those in power. In this tumultuous landscape, the Book of Enoch emerged, a fascinating narrative that sounded alarms in the halls of authority. Written around 300 BCE, ancient scribes meticulously recorded eccentric visions and profound revelations, visions that echoed through clandestine gatherings of secret sects throughout Judea. Early Christians found immense value in Enoch's messages. They quoted it to articulate a deeper understanding of their faith. Meanwhile, Jewish mystics revered it, sensing that its truths transcended the ordinary constraints of religious doctrine. Even the New Testament couldn't help but nod to its influence. Yet, despite its riveting insights, by the 4th century, this powerful text was pronounced missing, at least from the official canon. Isn't it eye-opening? Authorities deemed the Book of Enoch too dangerous, too radical, to engage with the masses. It was about more than just a book. It represented a shift in power, challenging the very fabric of spiritual hierarchy and control. Enoch's writings shared an extraordinary tale of humanity's direct line to the divine, implying that knowledge and enlightenment were accessible not solely through the intermediaries of priestly authority. The idea of angels defying heavenly mandates to awaken mankind might feel like an ancient fable, but it resonates deeply in contemporary conversations about liberty, self-discovery, and the fight against oppressive narratives. This ancient text, which heralded a new awakening, faced erasure because it offered something radical, a smattering of hope that divine connection does not require a gatekeeper. As we delve further into this fascinating story, reflect on how narratives shape our understanding of authority and spirituality, and why the echoes of Enoch still persist in our quest for enlightenment today. As the narrative unfolds, we delve into the pivotal moment known as the descent of the Watchers, an event steeped in mystery and tension. In this tale, we find ourselves amidst 200 celestial beings, the Watchers, who descended to earth, guided by their leader, Shemahaza. These were not gentle messengers, often depicted in art and literature. Instead, they emerged as rebels, driven by a sense of defiance against divine law. The audacity of their venture would alter the very fabric of humanity. What's truly striking is the profound knowledge these beings possessed. They brought with them ancient secrets, insights that spanned astronomy, metallurgy, enchantments, and the very mysteries of creation that had previously been hidden from human understanding. Imagine the awe of early humanity as they learned to forge weapons from iron, to decipher the language of the stars, and to manipulate the elements around them. It was as if the cosmos had opened its vault of knowledge, allowing human potential to soar to incredible heights. But with this extraordinary knowledge came an equally extraordinary burden. Power without wisdom is a dangerous thing. As the Watchers shared their secrets, the seeds of corruption took root. Humanity was thrust into a whirlwind of war, greed, and chaos, a maelstrom where the beautiful potential of newfound knowledge blurred into dark ambition. The Watchers had crossed a forbidden boundary, and their interference didn't just impact their own existence, it altered the very destiny of humankind itself. From this moment of reckless ambition emerged the Nephilim, giants of immense strength and insatiable hunger. They were birthed from the union of the Watchers and human women, and their presence on Earth was nothing short of catastrophic. Picture these massive beings trampling through the land, devouring anything in their path, a symbol of humanity's unchecked desires manifesting into physical form. Their existence was a stark reminder that the gifts of the cosmos could also bring dire consequences, challenging us to reflect on the balance between knowledge and responsibility, a lesson as relevant today as it was in ancient times. This descent didn't simply craft a tale of otherworldly beings influencing humanity. It serves as a cautionary reminder that the power we wield in our quest for knowledge must always be approached with humility and respect. We must ask ourselves, are we, too, teetering on the brink of crossing those same sacred boundaries? The Book of Enoch paints a haunting picture of a world teetering on the edge of annihilation, and at the heart of this chaos were the Nephilim. These beings, offspring of the divine Watchers and human women, were remarkable yet terrifying. Imagine the strength and capacity for destruction they held, like titans born of heaven and earth, wielding power that not even the gods could contain. Their existence was one fueled by dominance, as they consumed everything around them: life, morality, and hope. In our own lives, we sometimes feel the weight of that insatiable hunger for power. It often manifests in ambition or the relentless quest for success, leading us to overlook the little things that bind humanity together. Picture this: a society that once thrived on wisdom, compassion, and community, quickly unraveling into a chaotic tapestry of violence and despair. That was humanity's fate, caught in the tumult created by these beings who disregarded their divine purpose. But why hide such a story from us? The Nephilim's narrative suggests that understanding our origins could shatter the very foundations of our beliefs. If we accepted that gods were not mere symbols or metaphors, but powerful entities shaping our reality, it would challenge everything we know about morality and fate. The flood, described in Genesis, wasn't just a story of punishment. It was an act of divine intervention, a radical attempt to cleanse the world of the upheaval caused by the Watchers and their rebellious progeny. This act, tragic yet necessary, compels us to reflect on how easily our connection to the divine can be corrupted. As we peel back the layers of this ancient tale, we begin to confront not only the origins of chaos, but also the shadows within ourselves. It begs the question, how often do we allow ambition to cloud our judgment? And what might happen if we pursued wisdom and community instead of power? Understanding the rise and fall of the Nephilim isn't just about history. It's a mirror reflecting our own struggles in this complex dance of life. The Gnostics, centuries after Enoch, reiterated a powerful warning about the nature of our reality, delving deep into the concept of the archons. These entities, they believed, were not benign overseers. Rather, they were rulers of the material world, thriving on our ignorance and fear. Picture it. These powerful beings manipulate our perception, feeding us illusions that keep us complacently bound to our mundane existence. It's as if they're conducting a symphony, orchestrating our thoughts and feelings, leading us further away from our true selves. Now, this gets even more fascinating when we consider the Watchers, the divine beings Enoch spoke of. The Gnostics saw them not merely as messengers of wisdom, but as spiritual jailers. These are entities that, instead of liberating humanity, presented knowledge that entangled the soul. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves chasing ideas that seem enlightening at first, but ultimately leave us feeling more trapped than ever? It's a subtle deception, a trap cloaked in the guise of enlightenment. We must ponder, could the Watchers and Archons be two sides of the same coin? One group extending an olive branch of knowledge, while the other tightens the chains of spiritual blindness. It evokes a sense of paranoia, doesn't it? The horror lies in realizing that the very knowledge we seek might just keep us shackled, a double-edged sword that ignites awareness, yet binds us deeper within a false reality. The Gnostics viewed our current existence as a prison, a sophisticated simulation designed with the intention of keeping humanity asleep. As modern individuals navigating an increasingly complex world filled with distractions, we can resonate with this concept. Often, we find ourselves questioning the structures and norms that seem to dictate our lives. Could Enoch's visions serve not just as distant warnings, but also urgent reminders of a spiritual awakening? That realization itself, the acknowledgement of the illusion, could serve as our first step towards breaking free. Each moment of awareness brings us closer to untangling the web woven by these archons, empowering us to reclaim our narratives and seek a deeper connection to our true essence. The climax of Enoch's prophecy unfolds in a breathtaking vision, the judgment of the Watchers. Picture this: the Watchers, once mighty beings sent to guide humanity, stand before the Ancient of Days, their hearts heavy with remorse. They plead for forgiveness, their voices trembling with despair. But the damage they inflicted on creation runs deep, their rebellion having twisted the very fabric of life beyond repair. Imagine the scene as the skies darken, the atmosphere charged with a palpable tension. A verdict is pronounced, and the Watchers are cast into the abyss, bound in chains until the final reckoning. Their fate seems sealed, a powerful reminder of the consequences of their actions. In a divine act of retribution, their offspring, the Nephilim, creatures born of chaos, are wiped from existence in a catastrophic flood that sweeps away both the wicked and the innocent. Yet amidst this destruction, Enoch perceives an unsettling truth. History is but a cycle. Each age echoes with patterns of rebellion, deception, and a struggle for awakening. It resonates like a whisper across the ages, reminding us that these stories are not merely tales of angels and their misdeeds. They reflect the human condition, our trials, our tribulations, and our eternal quest for identity. As viewers, we can see ourselves in this narrative. How often do we find ourselves repeating mistakes, caught in the same patterns of conflict and misunderstanding? Enoch's vision challenges us to reflect on our actions and consider the hidden powers at play today. It asks us not just to remember the Watchers, but to grapple with our own responsibility in this ongoing saga of existence. The prophecy transcends the celestial. It's a mirror held up to humanity, urging us to awaken to our true selves before the next reckoning. What was this forbidden knowledge, you might ask? Enoch's vision transcended the mere celestial mechanics or the designs of ancient weaponry. It was about something much deeper, our consciousness. In those revelations lies the profound awareness that humanity is not just a species adrift in the cosmos, but rather, we are divine in origin. The revelations from the Watchers were earth-shattering. They illuminated a truth so powerful that it shook the very foundations of society. Picture this: the realization that each of us carries within us the same spark that ignites the stars above. This awareness isn't just poetic, it's a catalyst for transformation, holding the potential to change how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. But here lies the crux of the matter. This knowledge was dangerous. It threatened every system that thrived on control, fear, and obedience. Imagine a world where people awaken to their divine essence. A species that knows its own divinity cannot easily succumb to external domination. That's why true gnosis, understanding our innate power, was kept under wraps, reserved for a time humanity could truly handle it. Enoch's prophecy serves as a warning, cleverly disguised within historical tales and myths. It's not merely a record of ancient events, it's a lesson, hinting at revelations that could lead to our liberation or destruction. So, as we delve deeper into this fascinating intersection of myth and enlightenment, ask yourself, what would it mean for you personally to acknowledge your own divinity? How would that reshape your life, your choices, and your purpose? Beneath the surface of Enoch's narrative lies a powerful message. It's not about celestial beings or mythical giants. Instead, it's a call to awaken from a deep-seated slumber that has pervaded humanity for ages. The same dynamics of control that originated with the Watchers are still felt today, only they have evolved, donning the masks of institutions, prevailing ideologies, and advanced technologies that dictate how we think, feel, and interact with the world. The Gnostics understood this profound truth, that real freedom starts from within. Every time you pause to question the narratives handed to you, every time you dig deeper for what resonates as your truth, you ignite the spark of awareness that dispels the illusion surrounding you. This journey mirrors that of Enoch, who thousands of years ago dared to tread the path of questioning and discovery. The Book of Enoch may have been hidden away from mainstream consciousness, yet its wisdom reverberates through the ages, awaiting our recognition. Because the essence of the prophecy isn't about distant beings with unimaginable power, it's about you, here and now. Each of us carries within us the legacy of both light and knowledge. The time has come to awaken that heritage, to remember not just who you are, but who you have the potential to become. Embracing this awakening is the first step toward reclaiming your agency in a world that often seeks to control it. As we stand on the precipice of awakening, Enoch's message returns to us, not as a distant echo, but as a vibrant call to action. For centuries, this wisdom lay dormant, hidden from a world not yet ready to embrace its profound truths. Yet now, in this moment of collective consciousness, the illusions we once accepted begin to fracture. With each passing day, people are realizing the whispers of Enoch's prophecy, manifesting in dreams and guiding intuitions, a gentle nudge toward the truth that has always been within reach. It's important to remember that while truths can be suppressed, they can never be obliterated. The Book of Enoch served as a beacon, reflecting the divine spark within each of us. Once you've glimpsed that reflection and recognized your own divinity, no worldly authority or deception can keep you bound to the past. This awakening isn't just a personal journey, it's an invitation to a larger narrative, a narrative that intertwines our stories with that of Enoch. As this chapter unfolds, understand that if this message resonates with you, you are not alone. You are part of a growing movement, an awakening that transcends time and cycles back to our shared humanity. Stand tall in the knowledge that the next chapter begins with you, and together we will illuminate the path forward.